Hello, everybody. It's Zara back again with another chapter from the book Ask and It Is Given. Today we are going to do process number 5, and it's called the prosperity game. And it is a really fun game to play, so I'm excited about sharing this with you. When to use this process when you want to expand your ability to imagine. Why? Why do you want to imagine? Because when we imagine, it is a creative space that you go into with your imagination, but it's also a fun place, and that fun is important. When we create things in our life, we immediately translate them into goals. But when we use our imagination, we don't do that. We don't imagine something and then tell ourselves that that's our goal now, right? That's the difference. When you want to add more clarity or specificity to your desire, when you want to enhance the flow of money into your experience, when you want to enhance the flow of abundance with respect to a variety of things. Current emotional set point range. This prosperity game will be of most value to you when you are between 1, which is joy, and 16, which is discouragement. So it's quite a wide range, but it's not as wide as what we were looking at yesterday. When we looked at meditation, the range was much bigger. When we looked at another process, which one was it? The Book of Positive Aspects, the range was a lot broader, and evaluating dreams as well, the range was much broader. So the range is now shrinking. So it's actually overlapping between the positive realm at the top of the emotional scale and the negative realm, which is at the bottom of the emotional scale, because discouragement is not a positive thing, whereas joy is all the way at the top. Okay, so in this process, you will begin by establishing an imaginary checking account. Now, this book was written a long time ago, and they had computers, but the process that Abraham is suggesting is like a ledger, where or a T account for those of you who are familiar with accounting, where you have credits and debits on the other side. So Abraham is saying, establish an imaginary checking account. There's no actual money, and you're not actually buying things or paying for things. You just have an account. You could use an old checkbook system that is no longer in use, an accounting program. So you know how bank books work, where they show you your credits and your debits? So or you could use an actual checkbook. So checkbooks also come with a ledger at the back where you can write out what you put in and what came out of the bank account. A notebook as your checkbook register, and blank pieces of paper for your deposit slips and checks. It is of value to make this process feel as real to you as possible. On the first day, deposit $1,000 into the bank account, and the objective is to spend it all. No need to save any of it. In other words, make $1,000 deposit entry into your checkbook register, then write out checks to spend those dollars. You could spend your money all in one place using one check, or you could spend it for different things using different checks. The point of the game is to have fun, thinking about what you would like to purchase, and to enjoy the process of actually writing out the checks. So, I don't know about you, but I don't use checks anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon, I use a check, because everything is tap, tap, tap with the credit card or bank card. So I've modified the process for myself, and you can decide whether you want to follow it the way I do it, or if you want to continue with the way Abraham is teaching it. There's no right or wrong here. It's all just about having fun. So my way of doing it is that I have a Word document, and on the every day is a different page in my Word document. And on the top, I write the number of the day, and it's so easy because the number of the day is equal to the amount of money. So on the first day, you have $1,000. Day 2 is $2,000. Day 365 is going to have $365,000. And your objective is to spend it all during the day. What I do is, I go shopping, online shopping. I go and visit a bunch of websites, and I do a screen capture of the things that I like and their price tag, and I go and paste it in my Word document. And I just have fun looking at different things. I'll have a general idea, okay, I want to buy a handbag. So let's go and take a look at the handbags. Which one do I fancy today? Or I want to buy a new outfit. Which one do I fancy today, right? And you know, and I know that there are so many places on the internet where you can shop all day long if you wanted to, right? Okay, so that's what I do. And my objective is, so I take a screenshot with the price tag, because then I can add it all up and see how much I've spent, right? So that's how I do it. And I like having the pictures of the things because it makes me feel good. So in Abraham's game, it's completely imaginary. You're imagining the thing that you're going to buy, and you're also imagining the price tag for it. In my game, which is basically a morphed version of Abraham's game, I'm just going online shopping and collecting pictures of things that I would like to buy. So Abraham says, be descriptive on the memo portion of the check. Instead of being descriptive on the memo portion of the check, I actually have a picture of the thing that I want to buy, right? I have to tell you folks, even though computers were there when this book was written, I don't think the internet was. Or if it was very, very early days and there was no online shopping. I think the first practical application really was emailing. And so even into the 90s, it was the primary application was emailing, and everything else happened later on. That's what the dot-com phase in the history of the world is all about, was then in close to the end of the 1990s, that whole website thing was launched, and it was the dot-com phase in the financial industry. Okay. So then Abraham says, be descriptive on the memo. For example, for a beautiful writing pen or great running shoes or membership at Gordon's Health Spa. And I have already shared with you what I do. I like the pictures. You can spend it all today or save some of it for another day. But why save it, right? It's vibrational currency. Why not just spend it all today? However, we encourage you to do your best to spend it today. Because tomorrow you will make another wonderful deposit into that virtual bank account. This is virtual currency, vibrational virtual currency that the universe is giving you just so you can have a good time, just for the fun of it, for no other reason, that your thinking becomes widened and you start having less attachment, because you start doing things just for the fun of it rather than doing them as goals. I remember when I was a kid, I used to daydream a lot. My head was always in the clouds. My mother was always telling me that. And I remember my favorite activity was to plan adventures, right? I was going into caves, I was digging tunnels, I was going into forests and jungles, and it was all a lot of adventure. But I just had fun with it in my head. It never became a goal. Digging a tunnel all the way to China was a fun way to spend the afternoon, it wasn't really something I was actually going to do. Building a tree house, very elaborate tree house, huge, big, beautiful tree house, was all in my head. I was never going to start wanting a tree house and start bugging my parents. Oh, I dreamt of this tree house and now I want it, and unless I have it, I'm not going to be happy anymore. No, it was just fun. I just did it for the fun of it. And I feel that Abraham is taking us back to that place where I used to be when I was a kid. And so I'm really excited about this process because I know and I remember how much fun that was. And so I am quite willing to have fun with this. I have played this game, I have to say. Many years ago, I think it was maybe when I first read this book, I actually practiced all the processes in the book, but that was a long time ago. And I'm looking at it with different eyes. And today, actually, I started this process. And I bought 3 things with my $1,000. It was a lot of fun. And tomorrow, I'm going to have another $2,000 to spend. And I'm going to have so much fun thinking about what I should spend that $2,000 on. And then 3 and 4 and 5. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. So join me in this fun. Let's play this game together. Let's go shopping every day and collect things that we would just enjoy looking at. Because it is so much fun to look at beautiful things, don't you think? Isn't that why we go window shopping? Right? Because it's just so much fun to look at beautiful things. Okay. You will be benefiting by increasing your ability to imagine. And you can, like, even when you're looking for things online on the internet, you can modify them. You can look at something and you can say, I wish it was, like I was looking at a handbag today. And it's like, oh, it's black. I wish it was red, right? So that's how you start using your imagination in the process. And it's a lot of fun. Abraham says, if you play this game every day for 1 year, so that's 365 days, you will have deposited and spent more than $66 million. And you will be benefiting by increasing your ability to imagine. And when you do that, you become more abundant thinking because your thinking changes. Instead of saying, oh, that's too expensive, you say, oh, I've got $5,000 today. What can I spend it on? That's a totally different mindset, right? And that's what Abraham is trying to teach us. Abraham is trying to teach us an abundant mindset where the money is there waiting to be spent and more is coming every day. So we're not hoarding this money that we have today and saying, oh, I better not spend it or I'll waste it. I don't want to waste it on that thing. See, these are the negative beliefs that we all have. I don't know about you, but I certainly grew up with beliefs like that. Oh, don't waste money on that. You can get a much cheaper version of it, right? Let's look for a knockoff. You don't have to do that. The universe is more than happy to fulfill every desire and to provide us with the things that we want, the original ones, okay? So then, Abraham says, you see, the universe is responding to your vibrational offering, not to your current state. Doesn't matter. You could be living under a rock or in a tent. Doesn't matter. The universe is not responding to your existing circumstances. The universe is responding to the vibration that you're generating today, this moment, and sending out into the universe. And that, my friends, is the most important thing of all, right? Okay. All right, so let's keep moving. The universe makes no distinction between the vibration you offer in response to what you are living and the vibration that you offer in response to what you are imagining. So this prosperity game process is a powerful tool for shifting your vibrational point of attraction. Isn't that exciting? I hope you're excited because I sure am. By writing the checks using your imagination, writing the memos, focusing as you write and feeling no resistance as you write the check, because you know that there's no fear of overspending. You will achieve what is necessary. And that's what we were just talking about. You can start the game, so this is important. You can start the game and do it as long as it feels like fun. If you start the game again, let's say it's day 14 and you've got $14,000 to spend, but you're just not in the mood for it. You just don't feel like you have the time, or you just can't think of what you're going to spend it on. Stop, because there's no need to do this game rigorously and convert it into a chore, because soon as you convert something into a chore, you take the fun out of it. You have to leave the fun in it, right? I'll tell you a little story from my own life just now. This is how I want you to start learning to think about fun. So my daughter, over the last couple of weeks, has picked up a new hobby. And for this hobby, it's a very creative hobby, which is fantastic. So she is making all sorts of multimedia pieces of art. Now, a few days into it, when she first started, I had this thought. And my thought was, oh my God, what a waste of time. You've got more work to do, sweetheart. You've got assignments to do. She's doing her PhD. And you've got papers to write and publish and all of that. And how can you spend all day working on making this piece of art? And then I had a chat with myself, or my inner being had a chat with me. And the chat went like, if she is having fun, then everything that she needs is on its way to her. So this, what she is doing, is absolutely not a waste of time. In fact, it is time extremely well spent, because all this hard work that we do, focus wheeling, appreciating, meditating, all of this work that we do is for one reason and one reason alone: to feel good. And if she is doing that by creating a piece of art that makes her heart sing, what's wrong with that? She's getting there. She's getting to that place of joy. And if she gets to the place of joy, you know what will happen? Do you know what the side effect of getting to a place of joy is? By getting to a place of joy, she is making her studies for her PhD way easier. By getting to a place of joy, she is ensuring that whatever papers she has to write and whatever assignments she has to do and whatever work she has to do as a TA is going to be easy for her, because she's having so much fun in her life. And then take that and apply it to your life. Me, I then applied it to my life. And I was like, why do I do all this work that I do? Writing books, showing up every day, doing webinars. I do it more because it is so much fun for me to do than anything else. In fact, this morning I was thinking, oh my God, we are doing process number 5. That means tomorrow, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the book study is over. Oh my God. But it has been so rewarding for me to do this book study. It has felt so good to me to do this book study. Do I really want to stop? What will I do with my time? Right? Because I'm having so much fun. And so it just changes your perspective. And then I was looking at this process, and it's a change of perspective. That's all it is. It's a change of your perspective with respect to money. You've got to love money, and you've got to love spending money if more money is going to come to you. Because that, my friends, is how all of this works. So, Abraham says, not only will you have the benefit of an expanded imagination, but your point of attraction will shift and your life experience will then shift as well. Not only will your financial situation improve, but all manner of things that you have focused upon with pleasure will begin to flow into your experience. You can start the game or stop it, and you can play it in any way you like. So then Abraham gives that analogy that they always give. If you were a sculptor on your first day of sculpting, you would not take your big clump of clay and throw it down on the table and say, "Oh, it didn't turn out right." You would mold it, you would get better at it, and you would get more clay to play with. And that's the thing that we have to realize about money, about life. There's more we can get to play with. Okay. And then Abraham gives an example. Well, that didn't turn out very good. My parents should have done something different about that, or the economy should have been doing different than that. Always finding something outside of us as the reason for why things did not work out the way we wanted them to. That's not how it works. Abraham says, get your hands in your own clay. Don't worry about other people. Don't blame them for your incapability of managing your vibration. You can't blame other people for it. Summon the energy through the power of your desire and mold it through the power of your imagination. Oh, this is a good one. I remembered this one when I first read it because it's impactful the way Abraham said it. A friend said to us recently, "Abraham, I don't think you care if my lover ever comes to me. I think you want me to get so good at imagining him that I don't notice that he is not here." And we said that is exactly right. Because when you are imagining that he is here, then in your joy, in that moment, you vibrate in a place where you summon and allow God force, life force to flow through you. And there is nothing more wonderful than that. And then we said, oh, and by the way, when you get there, he cannot come. He cannot not come. But as long as your desire for him to come is more about your awareness that he has not come, not only can he not come, but the misery that you're feeling in that moment is because you're choosing a vibration that does not allow the energy that your desire is summoning. So, does that make sense? It was a little bit turnaround, but makes sense, right? Because if you keep wanting something, then you are obviously paying more attention to the absence of the things that you want than to the presence of the things that you want. And all of law of attraction is about that. In the end, Abraham says, playing this game will cause you to offer a more expansive, expectant vibration. And it is our promise to you that manifestations will begin to arrive in response to your changed vibration very quickly, almost immediately, just in a few days. Yes, that's how it works. It happens really, really quickly. Okay, folks, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can have lots of fun playing this prosperity game. I think I am. I sure am. I started today, and I would like you to start as well. And then when you have success with this, come back and share a comment or send me a message and let me know, because I would love to hear about your successes. Take care, folks. Have a fabulous rest of the evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.